In this lesson, I will tell you about buttons and how they can be used. Button is a graphic item which can send data to equipment and receive feedback data from it. Button has one or two states. It defines how hitings on button and data received from the equipment are displayed. The main properties of button: feedback, the way of displaying received data, and hit, the way of reaction on hitings. When working with button, you can use three types of feedback which define the way of button reaction on received data and on presence. The first and the main type of feedback is momentary. While using this type of feedback, button will react on the user presence, but data received from the control equipment won't change the button state. Another type of feedback is channel. It operates the opposite way. Data received from the equipment will affect the button state. While receiving logic 0, button will be in 0 state, and while receiving logic 1, any non-zero value, the button will change its state to the second active one. And the feedback none. So here it is. Means that button won't react on presence and won't change its state when receiving data from the control equipment. So if you want to create an item to send commands to equipment, change its state at present, but not to receive data from the control equipment, you should create a button type item. So here we select button with two states for visualization of presence, with the feedback momentary to change the item state at present, and the way of hitting must be active touch or bounding box, so that button could be active for present, and then you should assign a necessary number of commands to it. For creating an item which can send commands to equipment and change its state when it receives data from the equipment, you should create a button type item with two states for visualization of pressing and the channel feedback. This type of feedback changes the graphic item state to the second active one while receiving a non-zero value from the equipment, but the item does not react on presence. The way of hitting here is active touch, or you can select bounding box, because the item should both receive data and send commands to the equipment. If you want the feedback channel to affect the graphic item state, it must be assigned to the item by the value event. This event indicates that feedback channel affects the item state. And the channel assigned this way can be seen in the Relations tab of the graphic item. So while assigning commands to these or other items of the graphic interface, use the sendString, sendNumber, or sendBinary data events depending on the type of data you want to send. The sendString event, sending ASCII string. The sendNumber event, sending decimal numbers, and the sendBinary data event, sending data in the binary format. While selecting the sendNumber command, you have to input the value which will be sent to the control variable, an event on which this value will be sent, and confirm creating of the command. We press OK. So the command will be displayed in the Programming tab of the Object Properties window. The alternative way of outputting the received data on the graphic item, creating of the display button item with one state, and the none or channel feedback. With the help of created display item, you can output the received data in the text field of the item. The received data can be converted with the help of a template of an outputting value on any graphic item. And one of these templates is $V. It's for data converting. You should use here the channel feedback and bind channels by the InValue event. If you want to output the value in the text field of the item without converting, you should use the non-feedback and then bind channels by the text value. The rest combinations of the button properties submit to the same rules described before. Thank you for your attention.